Equations with Miss Cece. To solve some equations, it may take 2 or more steps to get the variable alone on one side of the equation. When solving these equations, use the inverse addition-subtraction property first, then use the inverse multiplication-division property. For example, we have 2x minus 7 equals a negative 1. This is going to have more than one step. We always want to use our PEMDAS backwards, so we want to undo any addition or subtraction. So we have 2x minus 7. Opposite of minus 7 is, or subtracting is adding. So we're going to add 7 to both sides. So add 7. Those are going to cancel out. Add 7. So 2x equals 6. Then undo any multiplication or division. Since we're multiplying by 2, the way that we undo it is divide by 2, the inverse. So x equals 3. So when you're solving equations with more than one step, undo addition, subtraction first, then undo any multiplication, division. So let's look at example B. We have 3x plus 8 equals 17. We have plus 8. That's our addition. So we need to undo it. The inverse of addition is subtraction. So we subtract 8 from both sides, because what we do to one side of the equation, we do to the other side of the equation. So 3x equals 9. Excuse me. 3x equals 9. Now we have multiplication division. We need to get rid of the 3. So it's multiplying. Inverse of multiplying is dividing. So undo it by x equals 3. There's your solution. First step, undo addition, subtraction. We have subtraction, so we add 5 to both sides. 6x equals negative 30. Undo that multiplication, we get 6 divided by 6, negative 30, divided by 6, x equals negative 5. So that's 2 steps or more. Some equations contain variables on both sides of your equal sign. For these equations, simplify by using the inverse addition-subtraction property to move like terms to the same side of the equation. Meaning you're going to put the x's on one side and your numbers on the other. Like terms have exactly the same variable. So you can't move a negative 3 and put it with an x. Those aren't like terms. But with D, you can move the 2x and x together. I am going to put the x's together by subtracting x from both sides. So I have 5 equals 2x minus a 1x is 1x minus 3. Now I'm going to move the numbers to the other side of my equation. I'm going to do the inverse of subtraction, which is adding. Add 3 to both sides. So 8 is equal to x. E, we have 2x plus 8 equals 3x minus 12. Again, put your x's on the same side. I'm going to move my 2x over. That way I don't have to work with a negative x. So I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. We have 8 equals x minus 12. Add the 12 to both sides. 8 plus 12 is 20 equals x. Not too terribly difficult. As long as you put your like terms together on opposite sides of the equal sign. The equal sign. Sorry. 5x minus 2 equals 2x plus 16. You're going to subtract 2x from both sides. This time I moved it to the left. 5x minus 2x is 3x minus 2 equals my 16. I'm going to add my 2 to both sides. 3x equals 18. And then I'm going to divide. I'm going to undo that multiplication. So I get x equals 6. So this is another type of equation that you will be able to solve. Now, the third type of equation that you will be faced with is one where you might have to simplify each side of an equation before applying the inverse properties. So you might see some parentheses. That's your biggest cue that you'll need to simplify first. So let's look at the first one. We have g. 6 times 6 times x minus 2 equals negative 36 plus 6. Go ahead and distribute. 6 times x is 6x. 6 times 2 is minus 12. Set that equal to, go ahead and combine your negative 36 plus 6, negative 30. Then you're going to solve. This is your basic two-stepper. Undo your subtraction by adding to both sides. So we have 6x equals negative 30 plus 12 is negative 18. Then divide both sides by that 6. Undo that multiplication. So we have x equals negative 3. Again, just like g, you have some distribution to do. So you take 5 times x, 5x, 5 times 2 is 10, equals 9 plus 16, 25. Undo the addition, minus 10. 5x equals 15. Divide both sides by 5. X equals 3. Boom. Done. Done. Now the last one is a combination of distribution simplifying. And then you should note that you have x's on both sides of your equal sign. So I got to get those on the same side. So distribute first. 4 times 3x is 12x. 4 times 1 is minus 4 equals x plus 40. So if you didn't do any distribution to it, just bring it down. Then you're going to combine terms on the same side. So I'm going to subtract x from both sides. 11x minus 4 equals 40. Undo this subtraction. We're going to add 4 to both sides. So 11x equals 44. Divide both sides by 11. X equals 4. Boom!